Hi everyone, I'm a really terrible person and I'm going to annoy you all the way through this episode, and you're not going to quite know why until quite near the end, even though when you look back you'll realise I've been horrible all along. Yes everyone, I've just watched Doctor Who. Just watch Doctor Who. Dot and bubble. Look, I've got my own little dot here and a bubble. The bubble is you. You are. It's interactive. Yes, so I've just seen it. And Lindy Pepperbean, is that her name? Lindy Pepperbean? Anyway, she's terrible. She's terrible, and she was terrible from the beginning. The actress, she's a good actress. I've seen people online go, she's a terrible actress. I don't like. It's not the actress. The actress was good. The actress did a good job of conveying a really annoying person, and you can't put your finger on it. But then you start looking back at the clues, and the clues were all there. I mean, the biggest clue in that episode, I think, was everyone looked like something from Children of the Corn or Village of the Damned, that sort of thing. They were very, very pale. I mean, some of them weren't completely blonde, but the majority of them were scary blonde, like paper thin. You could see through them. They were so blonde. They were, blonde. Yes, the Gothic Paul, he had dyed dark hair with like blue bits, and there was a couple of redheads, and there was a few people just to mix it up, so you didn't quite put your finger on it, just to mix it up, that had slightly darker hair, but they were all as pale as pale could be, and they were all very annoying indeed, and scary looking, quite scary looking, all of them. Big eyes, very young. Very young people, let's be honest, young people are always quite scary. Anyway, her reaction to the doctor, oh, get away from her. Oh, I thought you were, I thought you were just somebody that looked the same. Oh, that horrible man. And she was, oh, he's so stupid. Oh, he's not as stupid as, he looks stupider than he is. All this sort of thing, all the way through it. And when you start, if you rewatch it, I mean, the first time you're like, you think she's joking. That's the thing. The first time she's like, what a funny sense of humour this young lady has. And then you watch it again and you go, no. Horrible, 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 horrible. Yes, get eaten by slugs. Eaten by slugs. Slugs should eat your face. And that's, I don't know. I should think that the slugs will escape through the same conduits through which they all escaped in the end. And they will all be eaten by the man-eaters, the man-traps, I think that's what they call them, the man-traps, slug monster things. And who can blame them? And who can blame the little dot, that was the cause. This is a spoiler, obviously, because you've seen it. I'm assuming you've seen it. Now, there's other people, there are people that go on, oh, racism in Doctor Who, oh, a topic. I mean, this is a topic that has been, a few other times, it has been addressed. But maybe because of the Doctor in his present incarnation, it's more sort of there and visible. And yeah, because we love the Doctor and we don't see the Doctor as anything other than the lovable Doctor that they've always been, we obviously feel for him even more. Although, let's be honest, those people, those other, the whole of that whole free time, whatever that place was called with an F them, really. It was a terrible place, full of terrible, scary people. A lot of people have said it was a social media allegory, but also it obviously was about how your social bubble, you don't go out your bubble, and if your bubble is a bad bubble, then you are a bad person. Go out of your bubble, go and mix with other people freely, and invite you. This is the thing with social media. I've never really been sticking to whatever my own kind is. I don't, to be honest, know what my own kind, with this wig on, I'm fitting right in with those scary Children of the Corn people, but this is not me. I mean, this is obviously not me. Now, listen, blonde people, I obviously grew up in in rural Wales, semi-rural Wales, so it was a quite pale society. I was by far the darkest haired person. As I grew older, there's more diversity now. But then, certainly in my infant school, all the angels, the people that played angels, were blonde in my school. But I pointed out that they weren't really blonde. They had a sort of mousy hair. But everyone had mousy hair is the thing. And I stuck out, and I got in trouble for pointing out that everybody was getting cast because they were angelic and blonde. I don't like that sort of thing. So the thing is, the society where everybody looks the same, everybody sort of persecutes people that aren't exactly the same, and it's not good, is it? Obviously. I think that's an obvious point, but it is a point worth making, that you should probably go outside and make friends with other people that aren't necessarily exactly the same as you, whoever you may be. That's just an obvious point, really. Anyway, Dot and Bubble. Good episode. I watched the Doctor Who Unleashed, and so I see all the work that my dad doesn't like Doctor Who, but he was like, this is just for one episode. They put a lot of work into it for one episode, with all the machine monsters, the monsters, and the puppeteers, and all the stuff, and then the CGI and everything. So it's very complicated and very great. Anyway, this episode, obviously Doctor Who Light and also Ruby Sunday Light. Doctor and Ruby Light. And it was his first day on set. Really? It was before the even Christmas special. He was that Russell T Davies said that he had been there for the regeneration. So, but it was his first day on set for this series of Doctor Who, as opposed to the ones with the David Tennant in them where he appeared. He was in quite a lot of the last episode with the Toymaker, but now he's just him on his own. With Ruby Sunday. Just him on his own with a companion. So this was his first episode. And he's wearing the costume that everyone thought was going to be his costume for the whole series. And it isn't. He's got a lot of costumes. So, Dot and Bubble. Bubble and Dot. Doubly bubbly Dot and Bubble. That was an episode. This is not a very in-depth response to it. But yes, social media, be very careful, and also welcome everybody. And if somebody tells you that your life is in danger, and it clearly is, and they can save you, maybe have a little listen to them and think about your priorities and what life is all about. Anyway, that was Dot and Bubble, and the next one has got a Bridgerton vibe, yeah, and which is actually referenced. So Bridgerton is a TV series within the Doctor Who universe, whereas other things are not. Other things are part of the Doctor Who universe. I still think there's EastEnders, for instance, and other things. So let's see how that goes, and that would be another one with a guest star, a special guest star that is from the Americas, and not Jonathan Groff. Why am I fuffing when I should be thuffing? Yes, Jonathan Groff, who played who coincidentally he played King George III in Hamilton. And he is not in Bridgerton, but King George III is a background character who's not actually in Bridgerton, but is still in the background in Bridgerton because he was married to Queen Charlotte. Whether that means anything to anything, I don't know. But it's layers upon layers upon layers upon layers upon meta layers. And that's all I've got to say about that. And I will see you soon. And bubble. You probably didn't see this bubble. Yeah.